So I will be talking about the four types of love which were included in the Greek terms, which were Eros, Philia, Storge, and Agape. Now I know that there are also other more words regarding the different types of love, and it's not only four of them, but I will be tackling about the four of them. And well, my favorite type of love is Agape and Eros. My most favorite one is Agape because it simply refers to unconditional love, which is selfless and divine love. It also includes, like in Christianity and religion, for example. In religion, you pray for a person you love. You simply do not wish for them to return what you have been given to them, which is a prayer, because you show your love through prayer, and you simply wish for them to be able to be in good health. That is Agape in its highest form, because it is selfless. You don't have to like give it back, because it's a free gift. That's why it's love, because love does not need for you to be able to like have a certain transaction. Love in itself is not transaction. It's not transactional, and that is Agape. Agape is my favorite type of love because I love it how it literally explains that love is not transactional. We're in Eros. Eros is simply passionate love, which is romantic love. It can be misleading because fiery passion sometimes can be destructive. Well, then Eros plus Agape can be, well, it is ethereal. It is beautiful because you were simply stating that you don't only love the person for what you can be gaining from them, which is passion. Love includes desire, intimacy, sexual intimacy, for example. I know that Eros is, well, it must be connected with Agape, because when you're with a person you love romantically, you will be able to love them unconditionally as you get to know them, even though sometimes they can be irritating, sometimes they are so frustrating, you simply cannot handle them. But this is the beauty of Agape. Agape is beautiful. At the same time, though, I am afraid of romance, so despite being a romantic person, I simply contradict romance because I simply yearn for love. Well, it's not even simple, it is complicated. I'm a very complex person, and I think in a way that is not rooted in a box. It can be outside the box, which is very, it's difficult. It's difficult when you perceive a love outside the box, because people think that in order for you to have Eros, you have this desire. Well, that is the aspect of Eros. But Eros isn't just about passion love. It is about staying with the person, and that is deeply. It is complex. It is complex for me. Because Eros includes commitment. And this is why a lot of people, well, including me, we are in this perspective that Eros must be wrapped in Agape. Because when you love a person romantically, you're willing to wait for them, which includes Agape, wherein you will be praying for them. This is very common in Christian men and Christian women, wherein when they love a person, you're willing to wait for that person because they are waiting for the right time. And speaking of sexual intimacy, we will be doing that when we are married, when we are in the house of God, which is the church, and we are going to devote ourselves, because a man and a woman, they are in oneness. And I find Eros is extremely beautiful. Like, to be honest, Eros is extremely beautiful, and at the same time, the fact that I contradict with what I desire, with what I am deeply passionate about, it is so complicated. Eros is complicated. A love which deeply devours you. A love which continues to seek for more. A love which wants to be felt. Eros is beautiful, but at the same time, it is also destructive. And this is why I find it beautiful. Nevertheless, besides, even though it is destructive, I feel, and it's not that I feel, but I also understand it. is because I comprehend the beauty of Eros to be able for me to truly appreciate it. To be able to appreciate the nuances of Eros. I keep on yapping about Eros because I think that I keep on yapping about Eros. Okay, I'm sorry that I cut it because the video is just someone crying. So back to my topic. So Eros is what I admire so much, and I deeply want to experience it again because I'm broken with the past of myself, with my past self, and it has left wounds, which I need to be able to heal for it because I need to be better for myself. But this also goes on to Agape, wherein I think all of us need Agape because unconditional love, wherein you don't need to be able to perform in order for you to be loved. Because in my perspective, so this is rooted in my perspective alone. So it means that this is subjective. You can have your own perspective. Right? In my perspective, any other type of love is useless when you have no Agape. Yes, it is useful as well, but at the same time, ultimately, what is the purpose of it if you don't even want it to be in a way that is rooted in an authenticity? Because Agape literally erupts authenticity. It explores authenticity. To be able to sit with that person, to be able to see their side, their vulnerable side, their side which is not performative. You will be able to have a glimpse to grasp into the kind of side of them. And you will be able to either accept that person, to be able to understand and comprehend and to love, to still appreciate that person despite of their nuances. Because it's not just black and white, it's grayish. It's grayish. All of us are a hypocrite, right? Sometimes we do stuff that is considered as hypocritical. All of us are humans, we are complex, it is our humanity. But my point is, without other type of love, you won't be able to understand yourself either. However, ultimately, Agape enters the room. When those other loves are portrayed, Agape challenges it, if it will last. Like familial love, which is Storge. Storge is beautiful because the loyalty in a family, for example, you will be able to keep track of them. Like when you are with your mother, this is especially common among sons, wherein they deeply care for their mother. They deeply want for the happiness of their mother, because men have this instinct to protect a woman, to be able to provide for them as well. And Storge is beautiful when it is rooted in a way wherein Storge clearly defines what Storge truly is. And Philia, on the other hand, Philia is platonic love. That is often used in anime, for example, is the power of friendship. It is beautiful, okay? We learned about friendship through anime, and I am deeply into anime as well because it is art. It is art, and I love anime. And regarding Philia, it will help you understand the importance of loving a person platonically, to be able to stand by them even though it's difficult, even though you will be challenged. Your friendship will be constantly challenged by life challenges and life complexity and all of that, because you have your differences as well, and it can contradict one another. That's the beauty of Eros, to be able to understand, and even if you don't understand one another, you will be there for each other, and that is loyalty in its finest. Philia introduces you to the concept of loving a person without romantic interest, and it is also opposite gender are also included in this category, because generalizing opposite genders is just bigoted. It is clearly reflects your perspective on friendships, that men and women can be friends, wherein Anime clearly debunked that kind of perspective. Anime debunks that perspective because men and women can be friends, and this is Philia. Philia is beautiful. You don't need to be able to have love for each other in terms of romantic interest. No! Philia is beautiful. Platonic love, bro love, girl love, like a sisterhood love, and like a boy and a girl love in a platonic manner, and you simply want the best for each other. Philia is beautiful. Storge is beautiful. Agape is beautiful. Eros is beautiful. Since I have talked about it earlier, I have stated that Eros is the type of love which is I fear. It is romantic love. I fear it because of how unpredictable it is. Because like in reality, you can't control who you fall in love with, and that itself is frightening. It frightens me, to be honest, because you do not know what emotions will be evoked in you, what type of emotions will be introduced in your life. It is unpredictable. Eros introduces you to feelings that you will feel like you will not feel. Like, you thought you will not be able to feel that way, but in reality, it shocks you. However, it is also important to remember that this type of love wherein it is shocking, it is not only rooted in Eros, it is also rooted in Agape, wherein you will be thinking, wow, I didn't think that I could love a person this deeply, to the point wherein I am willing to be able to love them in a way that is selfless, that I will be sacrificing something for them, to be able for them to be happy, so that they can get what they want, they can have what they want, they can be satisfied with their life, and they can be truly happy with their lives. In Storge, for example, this is an example which is a mother's love. It is very common, and that's why Mother's Day exists, because it is a day for us to acknowledge the sacrifices of motherhood. Wherein, like, even though life is difficult, even though you think that you will not be the type of person who will be yearning for a person to be able to let their child be free, you will be able to actually beg them. Because why? You love your child, and then afterwards you will be having just feelings like, oh, I can actually do that. I didn't think of myself as a type of person who will be submissive towards men that are considered bad. Like for example, this type of situation wherein a mother can be like, she's overly independent and bossy, and like she just seems so dominant with her, like an alpha female, for example. But then unexpectedly, because of Agape, that is, well, a Storge that is wrapped in Agape, which is Storge is familial love, wherein an affection, a deep affection a mother can experience towards her child. They will do things that they do not expect for them to be able to be doing, because, well, it is the instinct, it is the mother instinct of a mother that will be able for them to actually do what they themselves did not expect them to be able to be doing. And that is also what makes it destructive, because we do not know. Love is unpredictable. In all forms of love, it is unpredictable. It is also unpredictable in Christianity and in other religions, in religion, in spirituality in particular. It is also complicated because it's unpredictable. Like an atheist, for example. That atheist will proclaim that, oh, I will never be a Christian, I will never be a follower of God, I will never believe in God because God doesn't exist. Because they simply believe that God does not exist. But then what? A few years later on, they will become they are a Christian now, because the more that they have researched Christianity, the more that they are presented with evidences, and they are going to have a critical analysis of it. They will have this critical thinking moment of it, and they will have this realization that, oh, okay, I now believe in God. And that itself is the concept of love, wherein it is unpredictable, and we do not know what the next progress is, what the next step will be. And even though it is, yeah, I will agree that it is ethereal. It's not just beautiful. It's not just something you cherish. It is ethereal. Because love is ethereal, love is beautiful, love is kind, love is everything. To be able to truly connect with a person, You love their soul. You love their mind. You love their way of processing whatever there's all like whatever. It's not just about their appearances. It's not just about what you can benefit from them. It's about their soul. Sometimes we do not even realize ourselves that we are becoming also poetic when it comes to people we cherish and people we admire. Now, admiration is only come with romantic admiration. It can also appear in platonic admiration and in ways that is not considered in a romantic part of love. Love is what keeps us connected. And yeah, those are the 4 types of love I will be tackling. And because I just simply want to acknowledge those type of loves we're in. I know it may seem that I am categorizing it in a way that some people may perceive it as putting it in a box, but it's not just putting it in a box. It's not that. Just because I have stated that Philia is platonic love, that doesn't mean that it's just Philia. Philia and Storge can be combined. You can love a person so deeply like a friend. That is Philia, platonic love. But at the same time, you have this intense admiration and you just adore them with all of your heart. You adore them in a way that you view them as family, and that itself is also Storge. Storge isn't only included with the same blood of ours. Storge is simply acknowledging a person as a familial bond of us. So yeah, Eros, Philia, Storge, Agape.